Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is going to be my Blu-ray and DVD update for the month of January 2019. So we're going to start off with just the one and only DVD that I'm going to show you this month. And I'm showing you this one. I think this could be the most interesting actually out of all of the bits that I've bought. It's actually a Dutch Saw 3 Steelbook, but it's really cool for a couple of reasons. So first of all, this didn't see much coming from that kind of neck of the woods so much, and this being a DVD steelbook has actually got this kind of like this card slipcase which is die cut there. You can kind of see obviously a kind of a hole cut out of it where you would see the image from the steelbook. So that's the first interesting thing, and that'll give you a little look at the back there. Obviously the language might be a problem, but then it's obviously got this well, it's kind of like plastic sleeve, which is known as a blood pack. So it has this kind of like liquid in here that will kind of swish around within this kind of like this plastic sleeve. Now, this is actually an older release, so it's kind of dried up now. So obviously it's just going to happen with age, but it's not split or anything. It's just kind of like I've just got a little bit dry there. But that would have kind of like been able to swish around in there, which I think is pretty cool. Then we'll actually have a look at the steelbook itself. But that's not the end of the fun, let me tell you. So it's kind of nice looking steelbook. So we'll open this puppy up and then I'll show you why this is cool. So you've got two discs there, and you get a kind of like a poster. Well, not kind of like a poster. It is a poster, which is not bad. Little value there. So let's just open this puppy up. There you go. Good old Jigsaw. I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Saw films, but it's pretty cool. That's not the end of the fun. Look at that. You get some replica pulled out teeth in this little baggie here. How fun is that? They're obviously they're sealed on there, and obviously you have the two discs with the kind of the blood splatter on the kind of the interior artwork there. But look at these little teeth. I think they're brilliant. So yeah, I mean, this was just such a fun release. I had to get it because it was just, even though I'm not really into the Saw films really, I just thought it was a whole load of fun. That's Saw, or Saw 3. Next one we'll talk about is Logan. Now this one is a release from the UK retailer HMV, and this was kind of a special kind of 4K release with the kind of slipcover and all of this. And you may or may not know, HMV is going through some financial troubles. They went into administration and they may or may not come out. But I thought I wouldn't take the risk and maybe pick up this particular set because we might not get a chance to get it again. So this one, I don't know if it's going to be particularly kind of worth it. It's really just a kind of a re-release with a kind of a slipcase at the end of the day. But nonetheless, it was actually had it reduced anyway, so I picked it up, and there you go. Just a regular Blu-ray release here. This is a complete blind buy. I've yet to actually watch this either. So it's just an anthology movie that I was just kind of intrigued by, to be honest. And yeah, so I went to sort of pick it up. It's called 1031, which in the UK doesn't make a lot of sense because we call it 3110. So yeah, 1031 to us in the UK, you know, is pretty meaningless. But obviously, it's relating to that Halloween date there. It actually had a slipcase, and that's actually got a reversible cover as well, which is a cool like design there. So that's 1031. And the next thing that we have is a creature feature called Beneath, which is this kind of like huge like anglerfish monster that's living in this kind of lake, and this group of kids kind of got stuck there. I didn't think the movie was brilliant, but I just like an aquatic horror, so I kind of wanted to pick this up. You can't get this in a European region B, so I did have to get a region A. I'm not even sure if it'll work, to be honest, but there you go. Now, this one is an interesting one. So, the movie is Kroll, which is a fantasy film that's from the 80s, and once again this one is an exclusive to HMV. This one's got a little bit of an interesting story behind it. So HMV has this premium collection, which is a range that they're going to put out with exclusive packaging to HMV, with a variety of kind of like, you know, special features and stuff like that. Now, the interesting with Krog specifically, it's actually like, they're actually like a numbered set. So this is number 83 in the collection. So Krog came out in, I think it was November the 23rd, 2018. And HMV went into administration in December of 2018. So this wasn't that long. But that's not the only issue with this one. Even before HMV went into administration, this particular issue was pulled off shelves, and the reason for it is because the ratio that is advertised on the back here is incorrect to what's actually on the disc. So HMV, sort of in late note, you know, only a week or so after this had been released, were instructed to pull this off the shelves. Okay, and then you had HMV go into administration, obviously in December. So the chances of this getting reissued are pretty slim. The website sold out. I managed to find one in a store, but you know, because sometimes not everyone sort of sends them all back. So I was very lucky to be able to pick this one up, and this one goes now for really pretty pricey on eBay and stuff like that. So if you are you do have an area where there's an HMV, check it to see if it's got Kroll, because there's a good chance this release won't actually ever see the light of day again. If HMV, you know, who knows what will happen with them. Even if they survive the administration, there's nothing to say that they'll kind of reissue kind of their kind of like premium range or do that sort of thing again. So it's worth picking it up. Staying with HMV, we got well, I got this kind of the Frighteners in this kind of VHS style packaging. It's actually a Blu-ray, and they've done a number of these movies, and I actually picked another film up I saw that I wanted to give away for my contest, so I won't bother showing you that one. So yeah, it's kind of done in this kind of retro style VHS packaging. I'm not a huge fan of these, because I think the reason one of those I don't like VHS to start with is they're bulky. So yeah, this doesn't really that doesn't really help when you have these kind of editions. But I haven't got the Frighteners on Blu-ray or even DVD, so I thought I'd pick it up. Most of the other movies I've already got in some way or another, so that I didn't see the value in really picking them up, to be honest. But yeah, I thought I'd get at least this one. And again, it's the same thing. It's an HMV exclusive, so these type of kind of packages might end up becoming a little bit more kind of on the rarer side. Then I picked up Waxwork media books. So media books are kind of mainly from Germany, and are a kind of an alternative collectible to the kind of the steelbook market. I've started to get a few of these now. Now they tend to be in German, but they're still really fun. And what I like about media books is that they're a collectible kind of style of format, but that you generally see for the kind of the lower budget indie films or kind of like B movies and stuff like that. So this was really fun, and quite often they are numbered, which you can see here. Mine is numbered 98 out of 666, so it's pretty good. So again, that's my Waxwork media book, and I love this movie. This is such a fun movie. I think I like it a little bit more than the sequel, because I think the sections in this are just a bit more fun, but the sequel's good as well. Next time we'll go to the Steelbooks, and this one is Shaun of the Dead. Now this one is actually an exclusive from the British premium Steelbook company, Everything Blue. And it might not look all that, but I'm not really, you know, I've gone off the kind of like the premium Steelbooks with the slip cases, to be honest with you. I don't really feel they're particular. I like seeing the artwork on the actual thing. Now they have released a previous Steelbook with the same image, but it was actually a landscape format. So it was, you know, you would have had it like that with the picture there. So this one is in portrait. So this portrait version is actually an exclusive to Everything Blue. You can get a couple of other versions which has got the, like I said, the premium Steelbooks and all that. But to be honest with you, I prefer just having the artwork on the actual Steelbook itself. And we got a couple of metal packs that I picked up on eBay for pretty cheap. The first one is Underworld. Interestingly, with this one, the guy sent me the disc for Underworld Evolution, which is a completely separate film. So, yeah, doesn't normally go with that. So it is normally just the one disc, but I've got an extra film in there. There you go. And I also get a metal pack from the movie The Vanishing. Metal packs, in case you don't know, have a slightly different spine to Steelbooks, as you can see. I haven't actually seen The Vanishing, I don't think. Who knows what that one's like. If you know my channel, you know it wouldn't be complete without a couple of Marvel editions. So this one is a French Steelbook, and this is the first trilogy, so X-Men 1 to 3. Now, this is a Blu-ray Steelbook, but it's actually in a G1 case. So a G1 case is DVD style, DVD size box, which is a little frustrating when you're putting it on the shelves, but nonetheless, it is what it is. I've noticed there have been a few kind of X-Men trilogy Steelbooks. There's a separate set for France, which is this one. Italy had its own Steelbook, and then Spain has also got its own Steelbook as well. So there you go. That's not the only trilogy that I got. I also picked up the Thor trilogy, with a pretty cool looking Steelbook, I've got to say. And I actually got this. It's new and sealed, but it's I got it on eBay for. It wasn't released all that long ago, to be honest with you. So I got it on eBay for actually quite a lot cheaper than it's actually going new for. So I was really pleased with that. You can get an Avengers one as well, but when that came out, that's 40 quid. And it just got the boring A on the front again. And I just thought, oh no, I'll maybe pick that one up again if I see it cheap. But the Thor one at least has some kind of like original artwork. God, the hammer there. So, you know, I'm a Marvel completionist, or at least somewhat of one, so I had to get it. This is the newest one in my collection that only came yesterday at the time of when I filmed this, and of course is The Nun. Now, this Steelbook is German. I don't think you can get it outside of Germany at the moment, at least possibly Italy sometimes might get it, but yeah, you know, the UK didn't get it, and as far as I know the States didn't get it. So I actually really enjoyed The Nun. I would have preferred the Steelbook to have been like the portrait from the Conjuring 2. That would have made a great Steelbook, but I guess it's not really anything to do with this film, so there you go, it is what it is. But nonetheless, I like the Nun movie, so I definitely wanted to get the Steelbook from it, and there you go. Next up, we have a classic Arnie movie in Total Recall. I have actually owned this Steelbook before, but I sold it on eBay. I think really before I gave that much of a care about Steelbooks. So I picked it up again, and yeah, obviously it's 2 discs, and you actually get a little, quite a nice little book here with, you know, various kind of like photos and stuff like that. And it's got art on the inside. Yeah. So it's actually a pretty good pack. I didn't pay too much for it, so, you know, there you go. And the last one for this month is Judge Dredd. So not the Dredd Carl Urban one, this is the Stallone one, which I know gets a lot of shit, but I actually enjoy this movie for what it is. I know it's not particularly faithful to the Judge Dredd film, but I like it as a sci-fi movie. I like the kind of the robot on it and the kind of the set design, and yeah, I'm obviously pretty happy to get a Steelbook of it. Again, this one's only this one is exclusive to Germany, so you know, it's not the hardest one to pick up now. So yeah, I was kind of pleased to get it, and there you go. So that is the Judge Dredd German Steelbook, and that concludes my pickups for January. I'm actually filming this on like the 22nd, but I don't think I've got anything more due in. So anything that does come in, I'll put towards February's video. But there you go. What did you think of the pickups for January? Anything here that kind of like tickled your fancy? Please let me know, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.